panel. This week we have Pierce and the lovely Hannah. Thank you guys, the handsome Pierce.
Okay.
Thank you guys for joining us. Okay, so let's start talking about the 76ers. NBA season has officially started. They were supposed to be the worst team in the NBA. Pierce, you're looking like you still agree with that. But
I kind of
They
don't.
have beaten two solid teams. So what you do?
I think they're the second worst team.
Okay.
Okay, let's still towards the bottom because, Michael Carter-Williams, he's lighting the world on fire. 20 points, 8 assists in his first, 3 games. It's pretty good. He's Eastern Conference Player of the Week, first rookie since Shaq. I think he's the franchise answer at the point, but I don't trust their big men. Hawes is average. They lost Bynum, who didn't even play a game for them anyway. But they could be, maybe a 30-win team at best. I think Phoenix is the worst team by far.
I won't disagree with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think they're a worse team at all. I mean, right now they're 7th in the league in scoring, averaging 105 points a game, as well as 7th in the league with assists. So, I mean, that's not exactly a formula for disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, when you say worse, that is the bottom of the bottom, is it not?
Yeah, they have beaten, let's keep in mind, they have beaten two top teams in the East that they are going to have to face going forward. According to Pierce, they probably won't make it to the playoffs. If they do make it to the playoffs, though, this is going to be a team. These are teams that they're going to have to face again, and they've beaten them. I mean, you can't, say what you want about them, but they beat Chicago and they beat Miami.
It's something to consider. I mean, it's definitely nothing to roll
I think
over
they
it.
surprise people. If anything, does anyone think they're going to win this year? Probably not.
Yeah, it's still
But
real
it's
early in the
just-
season.
Yeah, it is early
Exactly.
in the
They played
season,
4
but I
games.
think for 76ers fans, it's nice for them to see they have a little hope. As you mentioned, their rookie just playing phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
And so hopefully they can hold on to him in the future because he looks like he's going to be a huge asset.
I think it's just good luck so far. They've just had a little bit of good luck. I mean, yeah, they beat the Bulls and Miami and everything, but they're going to come back. The Miami and the Bulls are going to come back.
Yeah, I mean, that is a good point. It is early in the season, so you can make the argument that maybe the Bulls and Miami haven't been playing maybe the best basketball that they could have played, but definitely I think they're a team to look out for. They could be a sleeper team.
Yeah, of course. The NBA is unpredictable a little bit.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you never know with injuries and things. You
Exactly.
don't ever want to count anyone
Next
out.
thing you know, LeBron James is on the floor.
Don't bring that.
Out
Please.
for the season.
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
Okay,
Likely say
but
that.
that's nothing we haven't seen before in Miami.
That's true. That's true. That is something that they have been facing. Okay, now let's turn to FAU. The huge win over Tulane.
Awesome game.
Very.
Awesome.
Just,
Breathtaking.
but that's actually a really great word. I mean, to me, get your breath there. Get your breath. What was so impressive was not only the adversity that this team had faced this week and the whole FAU community, but they went into the half down by 10. And then they come
yeah.
out. Tulane is scoreless in the second half. Very impressive. Do you guys think it was a mix of Tulane just playing horribly, FAU playing great? What do you guys think?
I think it's FAU playing great.
Me
I
too.
mean, all of our leaders stepped up. DJ Smith, as we all know, a
Let's
big
just
defensive.
a round of applause for
Yeah,
him.
a round of applause
for
real quick
DJ Smith.
Okay, the young man had 3 interceptions in the game. Okay, that is a school record.
And he has the most interception of any college player in the nation
With
right
7.
now.
Yep.
7.
Awesome.
And that's not to underlie that we had 4 interceptions as a whole for the team and 2 sacks. So that's just defensively. Offensively, once again, Jacquez Johnson rushed for and passed for over 100 yards each.
Yes.
And now he's got 8 rushing touchdowns on the season. Another school single season record. Our leaders really stepped up in this game, and we beat them 34-17. I'm very proud.
Yeah.
I personally think it's a combination of both because Nick Montana, he had decent stats coming into the game, but he was awful. He threw for under 100 yards and threw 3 picks. But our guys did play very well, though. Jacquez Johnson was okay as a passer, 107 yards and a pick, but he was phenomenal as a runner.
Yeah.
I think his main thing is his running ability. Our defense played very well in the second half. I think Brian Wright actually could be the head coach going forward. The offense just looked much faster and more fluent with him as the head than it did under Carl.
Yeah, and I think what's really impressive, Brian Wright didn't even focus on the defense because the whole shakeup that happened midway through the week, he didn't have time to go back, start reading film. He just had to kind of let the new defensive coordinator do his thing. And you mentioned, yes, Montana threw 3 picks, but I think that it was because of our defense was playing that well. I I think they forced him to have such a horrible game.
I mean, our defensive linemen were all over the quarterback all night. A lot of hurries. And I just have a feeling that you want to say because the guys were wearing the red jerseys.
No. I liked how they had FAU on the back, though. It shows
I
that
agree.
they're
That was
supporting the
was
team.
class.
It's not
Yeah.
about the name. It's not about their name on the back. It's
Yeah.
about FAU and our team and our school.
Yeah, I would like to see them keep the red jerseys, the navy pants, and the FAU on the back.
Yes.
You know me, I'm a fan of red.
we couldn't tell. So going forward for FAU, we know we still have 3 more games left in the season. Let's go just across the line. Bowl eligible at the end? Yes or no?
I think it's possible. I think Southern Miss is going to be a win.
Mhm.
New Mexico is going to be a win. And FIU is going to be a tough game, but I think we can break through and make a win out of that, too.
I'm saying bowl eligible. Bowl eligible all the way. This win really, and it has so much to do with the adversity that happened this week.
Mm-hmm.
For them to come out and do what they did under those conditions, this team has really just shown that, you know, we are not so much driven by a head coach, but just
Yeah.
us seniors stepping up.
Yep.
You know, these guys are really coming together.
What do you think? Bowl
Um,
eligible?
Yeah, I personally think we win out. FIU, they haven't had a good season.
Yeah.
Southern Miss has lost 20 straight games. That's
Yeah.
like the
They
7.
haven't had a win since 2011.
Yeah, and then New Mexico State, they're
They've had 1 win.
yeah. So I'm saying we win out
Yeah,
and we're on.
I think us being able to be bowl eligible is very possible for us because we've mentioned before in the show beating Tulane was the hurdle. If we could beat Tulane, the next 3 wins were very possible. But I think we are going to have very substantial wins, like I'm talking 30-0, 45-10 type of win
Mhm.
Yeah.
to make a case for ourselves because there will be a lot of teams that have 6 wins, but we need to say no. You know, we have handily beaten these teams. This is why we deserve a bowl over other teams.
Yeah, well, something that helps that, you know, we go on the road here to Southern Miss, but then our last 2 games are at home.
Yes.
So, I mean,
Of course, you know, against FIU, that's a huge help.
exactly.
That's a good
Oh, yeah.
point.
Exactly.
That definitely, and like you mentioned, it's a rivalry game, so it probably will be close.
Yeah, it will.
But now to some more college football. Okay, some shakeups in the rankings. We had Florida State go over Oregon. So now Oregon is 3rd, Florida State is ranked 2. I mean, this UM game,
Is anybody surprised by those changes in the
This-
ranking?
No.
I think
no.
it's deserved.
Oh, it is.
Does everyone agree?
I 100% agree. I mean, they blew out Miami and just national
It was
television.
a beautiful game. Beautiful game.
Though you thought it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a beautiful game.
And not only Miami, literally every single team that they have played against, they get 40 points or more every single. I mean,
Just a powerhouse on
yeah.
offense.
I mean, I think as of now, if everything stays how they are, Alabama, FSU.
Possibly, maybe Ohio State,
Mhm.
FSU.
Yeah, because now Ohio State is. I mean, where does this leave Oregon? Because now they're 3rd. What do you think they need to do in order to get back to the number 2 spot?
I think they just need to beat Stanford. Stanford's number 5, and they're playing really well right now. Even after their loss to Utah, they've played very sound football. And they beat them last year, and they actually held Oregon under like 30 points, like only time like 3 years. But in the end, I think Oregon takes it because Pac-12 has more respect than the ACC does right now.
Yeah, but I mean, when you look at these Oregon games and these Florida State games, Florida State is beating their opponents like 63-0,
Yeah.
41-14 against Miami, for
When
example.
you score over 40 points every game, I mean that's and
And
they're
it's the
holding-
defense's
they're
jobs
holding.
that I'm getting to.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then Oregon, they're winning games like 77-48.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Their defense is not nearly as tough as Florida State.
yeah, exactly. And I mean Florida State's offense is nothing to joke around about.
I
It's
mean,
definitely-
their
Now there's
freshman
Oregon's.
quarterback Jameis is probably a Heisman candidate.
They can't get too confident. Florida State can't get too confident because otherwise it'll just bring them down. I can see their confidence building. Like once they get
Yeah.
touchdowns, they're getting a little overexcited. They
Yeah.
need to bring it down a little notch.
Well, touchdown's pretty exciting.
Well, yeah, but I think it's a little over celebration.
Oh,
I
come
think
on.
you make a good
Little.
point.
Come
I think
on.
you make a good point. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back talking about some NFL.